Hello, my name is Dan Scuria-Herman, and today I'll be checking out Money Ties by Ren. First off, I want to start this off by saying Merry Christmas. I was going to film this on Christmas Eve, but I tried to, and my recording software simply would not cooperate, so I didn't really start it. I tried again on Christmas Day, and it also didn't work then either. I did not try on the day after Christmas Day if you will, yesterday, because I was depressed because I was alone on Christmas Day trying to film this video, and now I'm going to try it on December 27th. If you're seeing this and if you're seeing me talk about it, that means it worked. I'm not sure if it's going to go up on December 27th because it's late outside, or late in general, but I wanted to check out Money Ties by Ren. In the last video, I said I would check out either Money Ties or High Ren. The comment section was pretty split. I would say it was leaning in a certain direction, but the reason why I went with Money Ties was I felt like that was the fourth part of the Money Game series, because that's what you guys were saying. And I felt like, since I went in the wrong order initially, I went, for anyone who's new here, I went 2, 1, 3 instead of 1, 2, 3 because I'm not the brightest. I feel instead of jumping back to 0, I should do 4. That's my thinking. So, if you are really looking forward to High Ren, don't worry, that will be coming in a few days, hopefully, but I do want to check out Money Ties right now. So I shall.
Godliness with contentment is great gain, for we brought nothing into the world, and we cannot take anything out of the world. But if we have food and clothing, with these we will be content. But those who desire to be rich fall into temptation, into a snare, into many senseless and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evils. It is through this craving that some have wandered away from the path and pierced themselves with the many pangs of greed.
I'm not going to do much lyrical analysis because this is just the opener. When we start with openers like this, I was told, I think in Money Game, one of the Money Game parts, I don't think it was part 3, it was either part 1 or part 2, I was told there was a sample at the beginning. Or maybe it was Ocean. It was one of the Ren songs. But I've also seen it with other artists like A$AP Rock, where they start with a sample. And I'm like, that's a really interesting opener, but I've been told it's a sample. It's someone else who created it. So I do kind of wonder where this comes from. There was one, I forget what it was, but there was one A$AP Rock song where it mentions like Kool-Aid and stuff like that. And I think there was a sample in that where it was a reference to like a cult leader. I doubt that this has any cult ties, but I would be interested to see where that came from. Obviously you could break this down and do all that, but I don't think you guys are really interested in me doing that right now. And besides, I feel like it's pretty apparent what the meaning of this is. I would rather just get straight into the song, so I'm gonna do that.
Pangs of greed.
Money makes the world go round. Money makes a pure man lawless, proud. Money makes a man's verb consummate the noun. Cause an action to a thing is inspired by the pound or the dollar. False prophet, preach profit and we follow. When the scholar teach dishonor, that's a bitter pill to swallow. The biggest bank robber are the banks and the politicians, but judiciary are whores, what a shock. When we lose sight of live and let live, forget your soul is made much richer by the love that you give.
Let me break this out before you continue. First off, musically this is very different from the other Ren songs I've seen. This is kind of giving me sort of in the same vein as like Kyanite Toothpick by A$AP Rock. It's that kind of, it's an older kind, I guess maybe it's the black and white filter too, but it's sort of giving me an older homage, you know, sort of thing. Money makes. Let me move aside so I can actually have the lyrics up here. Money makes the world go round. Money makes the pure man lawless proud. This is reiterating what was in the first verse, or rather the opener. Money makes a man's verb consummate the noun, because an action to a thing is inspired by the pound or the dollar. I like the vernacular there. I like how because it's sort of like a Money Game Part 3 where he's talking about heating up the silver spoon and like, you know, the combination of like the common drug use trope with the common nepotism trope. I think that sort of combination where money makes man's verb consummate the noun, I really like that. I think that that's a good combination. False prophet, preach profit, and we follow. I feel like that's a reference to insider trading. When the scholar teach dishonor, that's a better pill to swallow. The biggest bank robber are the banks and the politicians, but judiciary are whores. What a shocker. I think it's very interesting because it's essentially, it's pointing to government corruption. And I feel like some would say it's pretty obvious, but I think it's worth saying.
The biggest bank robber are the banks and the politicians, but judiciary are whores. What a shock. When we lose sight of live and let live, forget your soul is made much richer by the love that you give. If you're living just to make a living, that's all that is. And when you're lying, slowly dying, will you die with a grin? Now digging up the root.
Now that's kind of giving me sort of Jake Hill inspiration. Maybe not inspiration because this guy's much bigger than Jake Hill, but it's similar to Starship 92, Hiding in the Dark. I don't know if anybody in my audience knows those songs, but it's sort of similar to that for the musicality. Now for the lyrics, when we lose sight of live and let live, forget your soul is made much richer by the love that you give. If you're living just to make a living, that's all there is. And when you're lying, slowly dying, will you die with a grin? This is similar to the money makes a man's verb consummate the noun line, because we're looking at how morality runs contrary to capital gain. And I think that I can't really say it better than he just said it there, but I just really like the parallelism that he sort of made there.
That is, and when you're lying, slowly dying, will you die with a grin? Now digging up the root of evil, money too like a blade. You can slice across the jugular or carve and create. But when the money ain't the means, but the means is the money, you start to compromise ideals for dollars, morals get bloody. Now let me tell you a little story about a boy named Bren. Born March 1990 in the Celtic Welsh ends. We didn't have much, but mum and dad, they made enough to put hot meals on the table, fill our bellies full of love, a little sis.
Before you go on about your sister, this one's going, I feel like, faster than the others. It's a third of the size of Money Game Part 3, so maybe that's why. This first half of the verse is very poignant, and I'm going to go into that. Now digging up the root of evil, money tool like a blade, you could slice across the jugular or carve and create. But when the money ain't the means, but the means is the money, you start to compromise ideals for dollars, morals get bloody. Essentially what it's saying here is you could be creative and moral, or you can be rich. You can't be both. I agree with that. Knowing what I know about the creative industry, being involved with it, due to my major and how I know my forward career paths, I really like you could slice across the jugular or carve and create, because it's a juxtaposition of this sort of violent carving act, but you can do it in a harmful way or a creative way or a generative way. And I like the way that he sort of creates that dichotomy. Now let me tell you a little story about a boy named Ren. I thought he was going to go back into Jimmy when he first started saying that. And I was like, wow, he already coming back? Born March 1990 in the Celtic Welsh ends. We didn't have much, but mom and dad, they made enough to put hot meals on the table, fill our bellies full of love. I feel like the direction he's going in there is sort of saying money isn't needed to have a happy family. I would sort of disagree with that. I think money is a factor in having a happy family. I think you could have a happy family with not much, but you need something. I think stability is needed to have a happy family. If your family is able to be stable, then you can be happy. You could be stable and have like little means, but you can't be fully impoverished and be stable. So I assume he's gonna go somewhere in depth with it, but I do want to say real quick that I kind of, with my expectation of what he's gonna say here, I kind of have a different perspective, but I want to see what he says.
Fill our bellies full of love, a little sister fell into the picture. Oh my God, we loved her, made our family richer. Then we both got older, world a little colder. Life, it had a way of chipping away at that shoulder. I held her and I told her, hierarchy, status exists. Sometimes the purity of youth gets snatched, leaving you stripped. You'll learn that love is not enough, it's not a world for a kid. So toughen up and buckle up, because it's bumpy as shit. And there'll be those who take it.
Okay. Definitely not the direction I thought, and I think he's agreeing with me with what I said. A little sister fell into the picture. Oh my God, we loved her, made our family richer. Richer in terms of, you know, joy and happiness, not rich in terms of financial. Obviously, I don't think they were making money off of the girl. I think that it's a different kind of wealth. It's an emotional wealth, like intrinsic wealth rather than extrinsic. It's a different use of rich than the rest of the song. Then we both got older, world a little colder, life it had a way of chipping away at that shoulder. That's the line that I really like, because it's something that A$AP Rocky does a lot, where he inverts the metaphor. The chip on the shoulder, you're chipping away at the shoulder. I like that. I held her and I told her hierarchy status exists. Sometimes the purity of youth gets snatched, leaving you stripped. You'll learn that love is not enough. It's not a world for a kid. So toughen up and buckle up, because it's bumpy ass. I'm not sure when the ages are supposed to be, but I assume if it's still his like little sister and he's talking to her, they're both children. I'm not sure if a child would necessarily say this, but I think the idea of him having this like wisdom that, you know, supersedes his years, I think that that is sort of a vibe that I'm getting from Ren as a person, and I think it makes sense here. And I like that this definitely inverted my expectations of like of him saying, well, the money isn't what you need to pursue, it's the love, it's what the other types of wealth rather than financial wealth. But here he's saying, well, the world runs on money, and it takes away your innocence, it takes away your ability to be naive, it takes away all those things. I like that sort of inversion of what I expected to happen.
Take advantage of the light in your soul. Toughen up and buckle up, because it's bumpy as shit. And there'll be those who take advantage of the light in your soul. And there'll be times you feel the cup you're filling leaking with holes. And that dark can get much darker, we all must grow old. But listen up, my little sister, hold these words to your close. Keep that kind heart kind, humankind are in need. Never ever let this world make you bitter like me, because this world needs love, and love it leaks from you, see. Sis, this world needs light, and you're the brightest I see. I see your wings have...
I like that verse. I don't know if there's much I can really go into, because it's more of what I was saying, but... And there will be those who take advantage of the light in your soul, and there will be times you feel the cup you're filling leaking with holes. And that dark can get much darker, we all must grow old. But lighten up, my little sister, hold these worlds to you close. I think he said words, not worlds. Keep that kind heart kind, humankind are in need. Never ever let this world make you bitter like me. I like that, because I feel like someone with Ren's perspective typically says like, oh, you need to learn how the world is, you need to understand that it's no place for a childish perspective, you need to grow old and grizzled and hateful of the world. But what he's saying is you shouldn't do that. I'm already, you know, partway there. I think you should hold on to what you have, because the world doesn't support it, but I do. I like that. Because this world needs love, and love, it leaks from you, see? Sis, this world needs light, and you're the brightest I see.
Feather more than ever, mine were torn. World needs light, and you're the brightest I see. I see your wings have feather more than ever. Mine were torn by my oppressor. Sickness scorn me, but whatever. By your side we fly together. Give me flight when I could never. A releasing of the pressure, and the pressure makes a diamond. I will shine with you forever.
I see your wings have feather more than ever. Mine were torn by my oppressor. Sickness scorned me, but whatever. I know a little bit about Ren's sickness from the comments. I assume there's going to be more about it in Higher Ren. That's why I haven't really looked into it, because I don't want to necessarily be spoiled. But that is very accurate to his experiences, from what I know. So that's interesting. I like this sort of metaphor, this analogy of the fallen angel. I think that that's very interesting. By your side we fly together, give me flight when I could never. I like that. A releasing of the pressure, and the pressure makes a diamond. I will shine with you forever. I like that because it is bridging this sort of like cynicism and innocence together in this way of like, I wish I could be you, but the world doesn't allow me to. But because the world doesn't allow me to, I'm going to make sure you are able to. I think that's interesting. Hi, so my internet went out, but I'm back, and I'm here to finish this song. I believe it's just the chorus left. I hope nothing got cut out, but if it did, I'm sorry. There's not really much I can do. I'm not going to re-react to something I reacted to, and
Cause money makes the world go round. Money makes the sick boy sicker somehow. Money gets a man mug punched in his mouth. Money run the gang thug, drug money plow. Money makes open case close. Money bend love, make war, make goals.
Oh, okay. Let me.
Money gives a poor man hope. Money saves lives, takes lives. Money both. Money is money isn't money.
Every time I think I know what to expect, it goes out the window. Wow. Okay. Money makes the world go around. Money makes the sick boy sicker somehow. Sick boy is capitalized in a very specific way. It is, yeah. I thought I recognized it. I was wondering if I confused it with A$AP Rock's Sick Friend, and that's why I didn't comment on it initially. But yeah, I thought that was a Ren song, which I haven't reacted to yet. Let me know if you want me to do that next, but I'm probably going to do High Ren first. Money gets a man mugged, punched in his mouth. Money run the gang thug, drug money blow. That's a good onomatopoeia. Money makes open case close, and that was the big thing. I really did not. I'm not gonna say I didn't think he was capable of it, but I didn't think he was gonna do it. That I don't even know what to call that. Whatever he did with his voice, it was cool. Money bend law, make war, make ghosts. That's good phrasing. I really like the creativity there. Money gives a poor man hope. Money saves lives, takes lives. Money both. I really think it's cool. I really think that really obviously pulls the song together, and it ties the money song together. Yeah, I really like that. There's not much I could say right now because I'm just really surprised by how that went. Yeah. Where's my key? Why is it over here? Sorry. I was trying to fix my internet for a while. Everything got thrown all over the place.
Money saves lives, takes lives. Money both. Money isn't. Money's just that. Money's just a concept. People are trying. Tax up the poor man, feed up the fire. Money's just cash. Take money, take money, take money, take. Fake money, fake money, fake money, fake. Money ties, money ties, money ties, eh. Money lies, money lies, money lies, eh.
Huh. I really like that. I see how it fits in with the Money Game series, but I also see that, what is it, New People, No Ponder? No People, No Profit. I don't know how I got to where I got to. New People, No Ponder. Yeah. I forgot what I was saying because I was thrown off by New People, No Ponder. But yeah, I see how it fits in with the Money Game series, but I also see how it's very much its own thing. And I think it fulfills both very well. Money is, money isn't, money's just that. Money's just a concept people attract. Tax up the poor man, feed up the fat. Money's just cash. Take money, take money, take money, take. Fake money, fake money, fake money, fake. This goes back to what I talked about in Money Game Part 1 with the lie of currency. And that sort of thing, where the value of currency isn't intrinsic. Again, it's applied to it. It's a value decided by the government. It's not, a dollar bill isn't any more valuable than the material that it is made up of, which is not worth $1. And it goes for all of that. If a $20 bill was worth $20 to make, the government would be losing even more money than it's losing currently. So, yeah. I really like the line, tax up the poor man, feed up the fat. I think that's very good. It ties back with the rest of the song. Money ties, money ties, money ties. Money lies, money lies, money lies. And that goes back to what I said about the lie of currency. Really cool. I really enjoyed that. I think that the Ren is quickly becoming one of my, like, again, as I said, I think at the first Ren video that I ever reacted to, there's not much competition in terms of, like, the variety of, like, music artists I've reacted to this channel. I did not start that long ago. But the only competitor really is A$AP Rock, who I brought up multiple times in this video. He might be above A$AP Rock for me. I'm not sure yet. I haven't listened to that much of him. So, yeah, this is really fun. I'm really enjoying this. But yeah, that was my thoughts on Money Ties. I really enjoyed it. I think that it's hard to rate it against the other songs that I've heard from him, especially because I've heard so few. But I really enjoyed this, and I do feel like it fits very well with the Money Game series. I look forward to High Ren, so I can get to know Ren more as a person. High Ren and Sick Boy, I look forward to. Let me know what you look forward to. Let me know if you like this song. Let me know anything. Anything you want, just let me know. My comment section is a lawless land, pretty much. Yeah, I think with how late it is and how long I had to spend on trying to fix my internet, this probably isn't going to go up today, but you would see this on the 28th, hopefully, and hopefully that does not bite me in the back, my claiming that. But anyway, that's going to be all from me. That is going to be all from me. I have nothing else to say. So, until next time, adieu.